this call is very special to me. This belonged to an old turkey hunter that's passed on now. A good Christian man that lived a good life, turkey hunted many years. When turkey hunting wasn't cool, Ralph was out there hunting them in the 50s and the 60s and 70s and 80s and the 90s and all the way until right before he got really bad off. He lived to be in his 90s, and he killed a lot of turkeys. And this was one of his calls, and it was gifted to me after he passed away. And like I said, when turkey hunting wasn't a very cool thing, this old timer was out there getting it done. And this was actually one of the calls that he built. And you can see it's bulky and it's big and it's old. And it don't sound the best in the world, God bless his heart, but you know what? He took this very call right here and he killed turkeys. Consistently, he killed turkeys. And you know how I know that? Because he wasn't a very good mouth caller. He really couldn't use his mouth call very good, so he depended on an old-fashioned slate call and this box call, but he killed turkeys every single year. And when this was gifted to me, I put it on a shelf. The other day I was looking at it, and I got to thinking about the evolution of turkey hunting, how far we've come since the days of Ralph. I mean, it really is amazing. And I'm not just talking about in products. I'm talking about going to a evolution in ourselves and becoming better turkey hunters. Now I'm just going to take a few moments and share with you from my heart some things that I think will help you. Instead of giving you tips, and I know this is a tip, but instead of giving you this, I just want you to listen to me just a moment, and I want you to pay attention, because I think that this will help you. Maybe you're struggling. Maybe you've got to a place in your turkey hunting, knowledge, or maybe you've gotten that place to where you're down to kill one turkey a year. And you struggle with that, and maybe that you hunt every day or every other day or every weekend, but you just ain't having you're just not having the success that you like to have. Man, you're like, how does these guys go out here and do it every single week? How do they go out here and just constantly? It seems like they're turkey killers. I want to be a turkey killer. How do I become one? You become a turkey killer by, first of all, realizing one thing: it ain't really so much the calling. Let me prove something. Does that sound great? Not really. Box calls sound phenomenal now. But Ralph would go out there with this very call and kill turkeys. How? It's not a $100 box call. It's not a $250 custom box call. How? Listen, because it's not so much about sounding like a champion on a stage getting turkeys in. It's just about I've always said it's about sounding halfway real. If you can get a hen turkey and you can get halfway to about sounding like her, you call in a turkey. This proves it right here. Just sound real. Just sound the least bit real. That turkey's going to respond. Now, it's true that great calling will make you a better turkey hunter, but I'm going to tell you something. You can be a great caller and still not be a great turkey hunter, because one thing Ralph had that a lot of people don't have today, it's called woodsmanship, and he knew how to follow turkeys, and he knew how to slip on turkeys, and not just that, but he knew how to just sit and be patient and be on what I call turkey time. Turkeys don't have a watch. They're not on your time. They're on their time, and sometimes it takes a long time for them to get up there where you're at, because they don't know you're up there looking to kill them. They're just taking their time like they do every day. One thing we got to understand is turkeys really don't change. Everybody talks about it's an off season, because they're not gobbling, or because that they're not fired up, and because I've heard people say it's just a bad season, it's an off season. What do you mean it's an off season? What do you mean it's a bad season? Is it because that they're just maybe not a lot of 2 or 3 year olds around where you're hunting, and they're just not gobbling as much because there are a lot of mature birds 4 or 5 years old? Maybe you've had a bad hatch, or maybe you've had bad natural disasters, that's floods or something that's just wiped out a lot of your turkey population, and so there's not a lot of 2 or 3 year olds up running around crazy, and so there's a lot of things that may go into a quote bad season. But here's the thing: bad season or good season, according to you, turkeys is out there every day doing the same thing. thing that they've been doing for hundreds of years, thousands of years. They're just out there eating turkeys. Somebody said, turkeys ain't gobbling. What's wrong with them? They're just being turkeys. They're saying, well, you know, turkeys are just not coming in. They're staying way out. They fly off the roost and they go the other way. What's going on with them? They're call shy. No, they ain't call shy. They're just being turkeys. You got to figure out why they're doing what they're doing, and you got to make something happen. You got to take a bad situation and make it a good situation. That's how an old man could take a call that don't sound great and kill turkeys every year with them. That's how he could do it, and you can do the same thing. You know, Dick Kirby, the legend, you know, of turkey hunting, I've always said he's one of my idols. You know, Dick Kirby was the founder of Quaker Boy Game Calls, and you know, of course he's passed on now, but he said something way back when I was a kid watching one of his videos that I never forgot. When I was just wanting to learn how to turkey hunt so bad, there was one thing he said that I never forgot, and here's what it was. He said, people judge a good turkey season by a small window where hens are on the nest, 2 or 3 year old gobblers is up gobbling their heads off and running to a call. If you have that small window in your turkey, you know, in a turkey season, then people are like, man, this is a great season. Man, this is awesome. This is great. But what about them years where there's not a lot of 2-year-olds up running around? What about them years where, you know, they're just kind of henned up more than usual, and it's just tougher? So people say, bad season, the turkeys ain't working right, there ain't no turkeys here. No. They're still doing the same thing that they were doing on the good year. It's just the tactics change, and you got to change. You got to evolve and make a bad situation in a good situation. That's how a man could take a bad call and kill turkeys. He took bad situations and made it a good. It takes woodsmanship, but it also takes good calling. No doubt. I'm all for evolving as a caller. I'm all for, you know, getting a better sounding call. I'm all for, you know, learning more on the diaphragm. I'm all for taking it up a level. But the main thing is this: learn turkeys. That's how you kill turkeys. Learn turkeys. If they ain't gobbling, kill them anyway. You know, seriously, it makes it harder, no doubt. I'm not going to say it don't. But learn turkeys, and if you can learn turkeys, they don't have to gobble. Listen, a turkey don't have to gobble to attract a hen. You ever thought about that? If a turkey never gobbled again, if a turkey never ever said another word and never of course, that's why we love to hunt, and that's why we like to get out there, is to hear them gobble. But if they don't gobble, guess what? That gobbler's still going to breed, and that gobbler's still going to do the same thing he's been doing on them gobbling years and non-gobbling years. He's still going to breed. And you know why? Because he's out there strutting. He don't have to gobble. They come to him. The hens come to him. That's why he's out there putting on a show. They come to him. And he learns their strut zones. Learn how they're moving. Kind of know which direction that they may be going and get ahead of them. Woodsmanship, good calling, it goes together. So even on a bad gobbling morning, a good gobbling morning, turkey killers get it done. So if you want to become a turkey killer, don't get caught up in all this hype and all these products and all this, you know, hundreds of dollars you can spend to become a better turkey hunter. Learn turkeys, and you will become a better turkey hunter. All right. So this coming spring, it don't matter to me if they gobble or not. I'm going to, if they don't, I hope they do, and I'm sure they will. But if they don't, on mornings they don't, it ain't going to bother me. Get out there and hunt them anyway and kill them. Please take a second and subscribe to this channel, and also go down the description of this video and click on that link. Come over to my Facebook and like and follow me there, and stay with me all year long. I appreciate all of you that watch me here, and I hope these videos are helping you. Hope that you go out and have a lot of success, and this year, make it a point, evolve into a turkey killer. All right? Kill a big one for me.